Oh, I'm alive! Hi! I haven't filmed in over a month because life happened and school became a priority and I really didn't wear much makeup, and even if I had time on the weekends, I was kind of just too tired to even care to film. Sorry that you guys couldn't keep up with my progress, but it is definitely slower than normal because turns out I don't like wearing as much makeup at school, mostly because I'm too tired to put the effort in the mornings, but also because running around on campus makes makeup move a lot more than sitting in the air-conditioned bedroom that I have. So that certainly makes it more difficult to want to put on a ton of makeup if I have to worry about what it looks like all day. Also, wearing a mask in all my classes complicates that as well. Certain lip products I can't really wear a ton. I think it will be easier to wear makeup as the weather cools and I'll be less sweaty, and so the makeup will hopefully stay better on my face. However, I still may not just have the energy, especially once finals start approaching, even though I have basically just papers and not finals, and I don't know if that's more or less stressful, but anyways, I don't want to think about that right now, even though I should be doing homework. Okay, with all that said, this is the Frankenly My Dear I Don't Give a Pan Project Pan update, and this project was created by several fantastic ladies I'll put down in the description. I know Jessica Lee is definitely one of them because she's the Franken queen. Also, I apologize if there's noise in the background. My sister's dog is being dramatic, as he always is, because he's part Chihuahua. It's just in his blood. Anyways, so I'm just gonna go straight in, I say that after I talked for 2 minutes straight, to the eyeshadow Frankens. I believe last time it looked quite different, and then I uploaded a video of me refrankening. So I'm gonna put up a picture of what it looked like about 2 months ago after I repressed and frankened everything. If you haven't seen that video where I showed you that process, I recommend you watch that first, just because it'll bring more context into this, and also I think it's really fun and relaxing to watch. So as you can see, not a ton of progress in terms of 2 months. I feel like it should be more, but there still is some significant changes. So the first shade in there I used 5 times, and as you can see I have about half of it left, and I'm kind of getting tired of silver, I'm not gonna lie. The second shade I'm not working on in this project. The third shade I used twice. The fourth shade I used 3 times, including today. The 5th shade I used twice, as well as the 6th shade. The 7th shade I used 5 times. The 8th shade I used 3 times. The 9th shade I used twice. And the 10th shade I used 3 times. So in terms of numbers of uses, pretty low for 2 months. But again, I haven't been wearing a ton of makeup, though I did have to wear a full face of makeup one day to school because I threw up the night prior, because I ate some things that upset my stomach, and when I throw up, sometimes the capillaries in my face, there's so much pressure when I throw up that they like break, and I had like red dots on my face. I think I have a picture of like me wearing half makeup and then half of it you can see all of the red dots and the acne, but it wasn't super cute. Anyways, so the focus shade for my lid has definitely been this silver, and that's why I've used it way more than the green and the purple. Though the purple I'm wearing today, and I forgot how much it's so pretty, and I really like it. Definitely more than the silver because it's more shiny, and also I just like the color better, but the silver is so close to being done that I'm just determined to use it up. I also don't think I can finish the green or the purple shimmers by the end of the year, especially at this pace. I would like to try the silver in the crease and see like if I like that. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet, and I find that strange that I usually try things in different ways. Every time I've worn this purple, I paired it with this one, including today. I think this adds a lot of nice depth and dimension, but it does take a lot of building up. It just is kind of weak, so that's why I've been able to make so much progress out of 3 uses. I have definitely been using this brown shade. Interestingly enough, when I wore a look with this brown and this green, a random stranger asked me for my number. That's never happened to me before. I was just minding my business in the library, and that caught me really off guard. I was like, what the? Huh? I don't even know your name. And he's like, I'm Josh, and I'm like, I still don't know you. I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking, and I was just like, no one's ever, what? I don't know how you're supposed to respond to this. I was like, I like friends. I'm not looking for a relationship. He hasn't texted me. I did give him his number because I don't like confrontation. I mean, I gave him my number though. Anyways, needless to say, I did like the look though. In terms of next time, I don't know if I'm going to film in November an update. I'm gonna guess not, because that'll be a week before the final week before finals. That was a weird way to say it. Anyways, that'll be approaching finals and I'll probably be too stressed to even care about makeup. So I'm assuming I will update you guys in the end of December. And so by then I definitely want to have the silver done and also the 2 cool toned purples, as well as the brown and the green, because there isn't much left in these. But in terms of the 2 pinker shades, I actually want to franken them into a blush, because this isn't a ton of eyeshadow, but with the amount I've been using on a monthly basis, it's a lot. Like, I'm not gonna use all of this in time unless if I go ham once finals are done. But I think the easiest way to get better progress is to just focus on the 2 looks of the brown in the crease with the silver on the lid and the purple in the crease with the silver on the lid. And then once the silver's done, then I can just alternate with the green and the purple. I'm gonna franken these 2 pinks. I might add some of this peachy shade to make it warmer, or some other shades, because I don't want it to be too pink. I'm not in love with like the really pink blush. But there isn't a ton. I don't know how well you can see, but they're really thin. So I think I can finish, even though it's like a blush. I might neglect the other blushes I'm working on for the sake of using these up, but I think I can by the end of the year if I really commit. Because I have been wearing blush most days, even if I haven't been wearing mascara or eyeshadow. So that is the update there. A bit underwhelming, but there's still some good progress, and I can definitely see myself using every single one of these up by the end of the year, with the exception of the peach that I'm not even working on and the 2 center shimmery shades. So let's move on to the face products, which some of these I finished so long ago that it's just like wild to me that I haven't updated since then. But there was the bronzer or contour, which I don't even know what it was. I don't even remember the color of it. But I repressed it in that last video that I posted into a tiny pan, and since then I've used it completely up. That is no surprise, because using it on my face, this is a tiny little pan. I was expecting to use that up. It only took 4 uses, which means I used that product a total of 45 times since the last time I frankened it to make it more cool toned. But before I frankened the original Franken, I used 42 times, which means all of the frankening since the beginning, where I basically started off with that bronzer that was a really weird color. I've used it 87 times, including all of the frankenings in between. I know that was a complicated explanation, but it's done. And with that, I think I finished a bronzer and 7 eyeshadows, I believe, which is exciting. And since then, I did show in that video, I frankened a new contour or bronzer. Again, I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't, like, it's on my face. Is this bronzing or contouring at this point? It's adding color and shape. So I'm just gonna call it one and commit, I guess. But I have frankened this since the last time you've seen it. The pictures aren't gonna show a ton of progress. The color was okay, but it was a bit too red for my preference. So what I ended up doing is I added the like light medium green in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. It looks way better now. It has more of a neutral kind of olive-y tone because I added that green, but it doesn't look green obviously. So wearing it today, let me know if you think the color's good. Though to be fair, I am wearing a concealer all over my face that does not match me at all, and I blended it down the neck because the concealer is way too dark and peachy, but you can't tell in the camera and when I blend it on my neck. That's random. I have used this 15 times since I initially rolled it in, and again, in the middle of this 15 uses, I did add a green. Last but not least is something that I finished ages ago, but this cream blush is finally done. I got to the point near the end where I was like, I'm kind of gonna miss it. once I use it up, I have not missed it, so. I only had to use 2 more times since last time, and look at that. It is flat with the plastic, and that's where I wanted to get it. I didn't want to dig out the rest because it's old. The products that were frankened into here, I decluttered. So it was just kind of like a floating random 1 count in my inventory. Since the first time I rolled it into a project pan, I believe I first rolled it into the Broadway one. Since 2020, I've used this 135 times. I believe it was 79 times within this particular project, but it is done and it's out of my life. I'm very happy about this. I know it's kind of anticlimactic because last time I was like, I'm so close, but not quite. I just used it twice more. But it's done. So next time I won't have a ton to update on because I will probably do a refresh of sorts after the next update. If I do Franken the blush before I upload this, I might include the picture of what that looks like in the swatch. But yeah, it's just the eyeshadows and this contour, and I'm just gonna say I don't think I'm gonna finish this contour by the end of the year, and that is fine. Yeah, that is my update. Stay tuned for my yearly finale, even though this project will be continuing on to the next year because there's always more Frankens to be made. I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!